I'm feeling good. Real good. So good, I might start clicking my fingers. Yeah, this is good. I'm gonna start skipping. Yeah, this feels really awful. Okay, no skipping. Skipping bad, finger click good. The reason I'm feeling so good is the other day I did some voluntary work. With Rockcorps, if you do 4 hours voluntary work, like I did, thank you, you'll earn a ticket to see Guillemots, Busta Rhymes, John Legend and more at the Royal Albert Hall. It feels really good to help people out.
Excuse me, mate. Can I have a minute?
Oh, these charity people on the streets really hack me off. I've done my bit, but don't worry, I've got loads of excuses.
Would you in turn like to hear some Bible stories?
Kiss me.
They say charity starts at the home and we're clearly on the street. Leave me alone. What kind of person stops someone on the street to do this?
This kind of person. Hi, I'm Tim. I'm in a band called Saving Amy. We're recording our debut album at the moment with Justin Hawkins. When I was little, my mum ran the Red Cross for our town. They're collecting and stuff like that. So every Red Cross week, every year, there'd be this little 8-year-old running up and down the roads of my town. I've just always been shaking tins at people. As I grew up a little bit, I kind of realised that the money you're making there goes to help people, be it your next door neighbour or someone in another country. I think it's quite hard for young people to get involved in volunteering because it's sometimes not obvious where the avenues are to get involved, so something like this Rockcorps makes a lot of sense.
The East End of London has one of the highest rates of homelessness in the UK. It's also the venue for the next Rockcorps project. It's time to see how volunteers like Tim can help charities.
We've established you've been doing voluntary work since you're about 8 years old, and I've been doing my very first voluntary work just last week for Rockcorps, who are currently involved in various voluntary work projects around the UK, which is where we are now. So, Tim, with your expertise and my eagerness for knowledge, I thought we'd go inside this one here.
Excellent.
Providence Row is one of the many charities Rockcorps are working with. They help the homeless in East London, providing them with food, shelter and advice.
So, I'm going to go have a look around. Good to speak to you, Tim. See you in a bit. That's a
So we're at Providence Row today and we've got 62 people down here basically getting the new satellite centre ready for homeless people in September. Well, what they're going to do is have people, like specialists on site. So if you're homeless, especially if you're a woman, you can come in and get some, get medical attention, come and see someone if you need some support or anything like that.
Once the work is completed on this centre, it will allow the charity to offer more specialised care for up to 50 people a week.
It's a lot of hard work, but I feel good. Something to do, something meaningful, something filling. So I think everyone should do it.
Have you got enough paint on your brush?
No.
Come on.
When we came in here this morning and we looked around again, we were just thinking, God, this is a pretty big task that they're going to be taking on. But they have come in and they have blitzed it.
It's good that Rockcorps come down because it means that the space can be used a lot quicker, and otherwise it would have been a while before the space was ready to be used for the groups.
So, what have you personally got out of today? That was stupid.
It's kind of cheesy, but you do get a sense of sort of well-being. You're helping someone else out, and go on, high five.
High five. Do you know what? It's really been good speaking to you. And best of luck with the rest of your work.
You too, mate.
Do one on the other side, otherwise it's going to look weird. No. Only the jackets. Let me make that clear. Do you know what? The weird thing is, when someone said, "Are you sure you want to go into that room? It's trouble in there." I went, "No, they'll be fine." And as it turns out, this is the room full of maniacs. So we've seen the actual work being done by the volunteers, but how does that fit into the bigger picture? What does it mean to the charity and who is going to benefit from it? I've come here to speak to a couple of people who should be able to tell me more.
This is Ken and Mark. Both have struggled with addictions in their past. Both have slept rough on the streets.
We're in East London. This is what was known as Itchy Park.
Itchy Park.
Itchy Park.
Where did it get the name Itchy Park from?
Down to the rats and fleas. So when people sleep in here, like myself, you would wake up in the morning scratching most times.
Ken was an alcoholic who would spend his days drinking in this park.
So we used to pile down just in the middle of the grass. There'd be like, 10, 12 of us hanging out, having a laugh. And it was actually quite fun, to be perfectly honest, Yeah. So I actually have a few fond memories of this park, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm not here anymore.
Providence Row has helped them both rebuild their lives.
2.5 years ago, I was on the streets, and I found them through a friend, and they helped me to get into rehab. I decided I wanted to give something back.
They have both since gone on to become volunteers themselves.
When I came through being homeless myself, I wanted to then get involved with it based on sort of my experience and give something back. Because if it wasn't for the help that I received while I was homeless and sort of lost, as it were, I wouldn't have been able to get through it, really.
The effort of the volunteers through Rockcorps can really help change people's lives.
The thing is, that's going to be sort of like a meeting hall and a group room and stuff like that. So a lot of the people that are going to be using it, once they're finished the work on it, that's going to be a very crucial stage in sort of like their development.
Do you respect someone who has a full-time job elsewhere but gives up their time to come down and do something?
At one time, I would have thought they were foolish to do something for nothing, but now I, yes, respect them. There's something great about giving something back, doing something for nothing.
4 hours voluntary work can make a real difference to someone's life. This summer, Rockcorps are working with 40 different charities around the UK, and it's time to visit another project.
I'm just up the road from the last project we were at, which gives you an idea of the number of projects going on through Rockcorps at the moment. This is clearing out an old performance space. Hoxton Hall is where we are, and there's just loads. They've been doing this all day. There's loads of old props like this lined up outside. There's a bed. It's a dressing up room. Apparently this counts as work in some way. Hello? Hello? Oh, look at this, they've got a chain going. Although it's stuck. Hello?
The Rockcorps crew are throwing out a ton of rubbish, recovering chairs and cleaning up the costume department.
Come on, we're dancing in here.
Hoxton Hall is now predominantly a youth arts venue, so we run after-school arts clubs for young people from the local area and beyond if they want to come join us. So we do kind of dance, drama, MCing, music, art.
To actually be able to do something in just 4 hours, that can make a real difference. It's fantastic.
Well, it's made an enormous difference because we're a really small team. They're basically getting to plough on with the jobs that we don't get to do on a day-to-day basis. The chairs are about 1 million years old and they've recovered a whole load of those, which is really useful. They've sorted out our wardrobe for us.
Wow, and this is where they end. That's not bad, look where it went. So, Faye, what was this room like when you started out
You couldn't
today?
really get in here. There was just stuff everywhere. We've paired up all the shoes, we've folded all the stuff, put them into boxes and labelled them and hung everything up on here.
My friends think that volunteering isn't like a cool thing to do or anything, but it's definitely rewarding. They would have definitely changed their views on things if they came today.
The work done today by the Rockcorps volunteers helps people like these aspiring MCs.
This is JJ, aka Rymey. Rymey, are you going to introduce me to everyone else?
Yeah, this is Billy, known as Rama. This is Jonathan, also known as Menace, and this is AJ.
Bless.
It looks very, very good. Yeah, very, very good.
Movement. Yeah, I especially like the music room, yeah. I don't know, they cleaned it out. I don't know what they've done to it.
Well, we use it for music because we are obviously MCs.
Did everyone else know they were MCs? That was obvious. The minute I stood out, I was like, these guys are MCs.
Whoa! It's rapping now! You don't like it? Get out of town! These kids, they're spraying rounds! I'm not talking about the AK rounds! And if I want to get out of town!
Wow, so a busy day for Rockcorps. We visited 2 different projects and saw the difference the work done by our volunteers has made. Now, if what you see has made you want to get involved and do 4 hours work to earn your ticket to the big gig, then go to the website.
channel4.com/T4 to find details on how you can earn a ticket to see Guillemots, Busta Rhymes, John Legend and more at the Royal Albert Hall.
That bit there.
Are you doing this properly? Until you cut it off, it won't look beautiful again.
You're nearly there. Okay.
Are you sure this is
This is the only, honestly, there's more.
So I mean, I've had the paint taken out of my hair. It's quite a lot.